I decided to try Ozempic. Okay. And it has worked. Of course, like if you want to keep the results, you have to do exercise, you have to eat healthy. I know that it's a little bit controversial because a lot of people were saying like, oh, it's just like, for diabetes, but a lot of people are using it for other things. Everybody's selling it. It feels like if you go in a candy shop, you're gonna see
Give me a shot.
semaglutide. Yes.
But every time someone brings the idea of Ozempic to me, I am very against it.
Let me stop you there because
there is a biggest problem that we gotta address, and we have to talk about it. Yes, like I said, I'm the biggest I ever been. People don't have to tell me I'm not stupid. I have a mirror. I see myself. Welcome to Naked, and I know today, Fer, you have a very interesting letter. Please go ahead and start reading the letter, because I have an opinion.
Okay. You want to talk about this? Yes. So Valeria wrote to us, Anita. She says she's struggling with weight. Mm-hmm. She has tried, everything, spinning, weight training, endless diets, yet she doesn't see any results.
Okay.
So with Ozempic being, the it thing right now, lo que está de moda, she says, women at my office are losing weight in weeks while I'm here struggling. I can tell if it's a lack of willpower or if I'm just not cut out for this. Should I throw in the towel and try Ozempic or keep trying the old-fashioned way? Am I being stubborn or just falling into the social pressure? I'm lost and I need some real talk.
Interesting.
What do you think, Anita?
I feel like...
How do you feel about Ozempic?
Well, first I feel like you were reading my letter because that's the exact way I feel in this moment, Fer. I've been putting weight like you have no idea. This is the biggest I ever been in my life, and I don't know why. And I can think about so many things, but we can discuss those in a second. But I have a very strong opinion in Ozempic. For those that are seeking to try Ozempic, as we say at the start of this episode, we are not experts. We are just giving our opinion. So go and look for professional help that can give you better guidance, okay? But okay, first, what is Ozempic? Like for those that never hear this word before, which I don't think that will happen because it's so popular everywhere. Ozempic was developed to treat diabetes type 2, right? It's a medication or it's a type of hormone that they inject in people.
Right.
And initially that was the reason Ozempic was brought out to the public.
It's because my understanding is that it helps to lower blood sugar. Mm-hmm. So that's what causes you to lose weight.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Yes. Dime.
It's because I'm excited, Fer. So, okay, it's a medication. We can call it like that, right? It's a hormone, which is a medication to treat diabetes too. But many people are getting Ozempic shots right now. Like, I swear, I go into social media and I see so many people talking about it. But I know that you have your own journey, Fer. So, are you willing to be naked and share with us your own experience?
No, definitely. Honestly, the FDA approved the medication for weight loss. Okay. So now it's like it's a little bit more available for people that not necessarily has diabetes, right? So I'm definitely not against it.
Okay.
In my own personal, journey, it has helped me a lot. I tried it because I wanted to lose weight. Like Valeria, I was doing the same thing. Like I was feeling the same way, like trying diets, and I have to be super honest. I'm not the best person to, be at the gym at 6 a.m. and, trying all of that. Mm-hmm. So I decided to try Ozempic. Okay. And it has worked. Of course, like if you want to keep the results, you have to do exercise. You have to eat healthy. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, you're spending your money to lose weight, yes, in a quicker way, I guess. But still, you have to, make some changes in your own habits. So, yeah, I'm totally for it. I know that it's a little bit controversial because a lot of people were saying like, oh, it's just like, for diabetes. but a lot of people are using it for other things. I've heard that and this is like something that I've heard. I was reading. I'm not the expert, but I've heard it helps for, people with PCOS or I don't know how it's called in
Sorry,
English. El síndrome del
I'm very ignorant, but what is PSOS?
PCOS.
PCOS.
It's el síndrome de ovario poliquístico.
Excuse no, pues ya valió. No puedo decirlo en inglés. Okay, yeah, like issues in your ovarios. Please
Exactly.
help us with the translation.
Ovaries. Yeah.
Oye, Fer, I'm happy that you say that because, for example, I gotta confess this to you guys. Yes, I've been struggling with losing weight for a long time, but every time someone brings the idea of Ozempic to me, I am very against it. I don't know if it's something cultural or if it's because I don't know much about this medication. Also, diabetes runs in my family for generations,
Right.
and my mom is diabetic, and she has been in really bad stages with this illness, and she lost weight last year the natural way. She committed herself to lose weight because she was very, very sick. I swear actually we have an episode in Cruz podcast, and I'm gonna share the link on the description where she was super sick, and the way she talks, the way she breathes, and she was pretty much saying, I give up, like I can't, diabetes is killing me. And then she committed herself to lose weight, and she did it in a natural way. When I say natural way is that she went on a diet and she started moving more. She cut all the carbs and sugars and so many other things that she did, but she lost 40 pounds in 6 months. And now
Wow.
she's back with her doctor for this past year, and obviously they congratulate her, but also they recommend her to use Ozempic as part of her process, like a medication that she needs to use for diabetes.
Right.
And she has been using it, but a very minimum dose, because like you say, I think it helps for some other things, not just losing weight. And it's funny because she went to the doctor this week, and they couldn't provide the Ozempic dose because the doctor said that they had a shortage because so many people are using it that she wasn't able to get it. And he gave her pills, and he said it was kind of the same but not the same. Anyways, but I've seen Ozempic everywhere. I swear, you go to those places where they do the last LASIK and where they do those like beauty treatments, and they call it in different forms, right? Like I hear like a
because Ozempic is kind of like the brand, like I guess the component is called semaglutide. So that's like the name of the medication in a way.
Yeah, but I see places like you can go do your eyelashes and then you do your Ozempic shot or semaglutide.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
it is crazy.
It's anyone's fault. I'm just saying what the pharma is doing, because obviously they are not sending the medication where they need to send it first, which is to treat people that need it. And they are selling it to these businesses to resell it to people just to lose weight, I think that's my concern. But also, let's be realistic, it's not cheap at all. I hear that it's not cheap, that you gotta pay like a really good amount of money for it. Are you open to share more information with us? Like, it worked for you, right? For sure it worked for you. Fair.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so you recommend it.
Yeah, I do, but at the same time, like I went to a doctor and I asked, like, this is, because you also have to know if you have certain, illnesses that run in your family before you get it.
Okay.
Because I think it's something on the thyroid and type of what's it called? El pancreatitis. The pancreas, yeah. Like if you have something there, or your family has a history of like illnesses in those areas, then I think you have to do a lot of more like studies and see if you're a candidate, right, for semaglutide.
Okay.
But yeah, like what you're saying right now, it's that everybody's selling it. It feels like if you go in a candy shop, you're gonna see
Give me
like
a shot.
semaglutide, yes, and Monjaro, which is another type of medication for this that kind of like works the same way. But yeah, like just I wouldn't do it if I would just go to like a place and be like, oh yeah, give me the injection and ready to go. Like, no. I went to a doctor.
Let's be honest. So you say how many pounds did you lose already, Fer?
Like 20.
20 pounds. In how long? Like, what's the period of time since you started?
I would say about 6 months.
6 months. 20 pounds.
So, yeah.
It's a
In
lot.
6 months. It's a lot, yeah.
Did you try hard before? Like, did you try like eating better, exercising, checking your hormones, like everything possible without getting any medication, and didn't work for you?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. Not really, not entirely. I did try eating better, but before I moved here in DC, I've been in DC for almost 2 years. And when I got here, I started gaining a lot of weight. Food here is way different than it is in Mexico. And I'm not saying like Mexico has the best food ever, but I feel like it's a little bit more natural and not very, ¿cómo es que se dice?
With the preservatives and artificial
Sí,
stuff on
exacto.
it. Yeah.
Right. So, and I'm not the best cook. I don't like to cook at all. And my boyfriend doesn't like to cook either. So, it's a mess, right?
Yeah.
So of course I started gaining a lot of weight. And then we were doing like exercise, but not like constantly. And like I was not, exercising 60 minutes a day, every day. I would do exercise, yes, but not like every day, not religiously, right? But I wasn't noticing like any changes, not even like a pound.
Yeah.
Even if I changed, like
Your
something
habits.
little, like, and of course I wasn't trying like my best. I have to admit that. So I was also taking the birth control pills. I stopped, and then that's when I started with semaglutide.
Okay.
After taking the pills.
The pills. I see like a lot of things here that are playing a big impact on women deciding if they use or not Ozempic. Because I don't hear men talking about Ozempic. This is like a women thing, right? Like I don't hear men talking about it too much.
You'd be surprised. I think I know more men that have tried it than women.
Oh, really?
It's just that
They don't
I don't
say
know,
it.
like they don't say it, and then the other thing is that it's not a big deal. I mean, at least the guys that I know, right? But with social media, like I feel like women are the ones who share their journey, and they're a little bit more open about it, because we have to deal with a lot of like hormonal stuff going on, like blood sugar, like diabetes, like a lot of things happen to us as women.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, like social media is harsh. Like that's something that stopped me from sharing my journey like openly on social media, because I was reading all these comments and people are like what you just said. Oh, but my mom has diabetes and I can't find the medication. She needs the medication. And meanwhile, you're here like using it to lose weight. But the way I see it is that, I mean, there's not a shortage, because I see it literally like everywhere.
Yeah.
So like, I guess my question is like, what's going on that they're focusing a little bit more on using it for weight loss, and I guess it makes more money. I don't know, but they're not sending the medication to the right people, or like the most important people that actually like need it for their illness. And then you send the rest to, people that just want to lose a little bit of weight, or.
Yeah, I think I'm afraid of obviously we are suffering a lot of social impact and pressure as women, like needing to lose weight, or that's on our mind, like we need to lose weight. Because of course we compare ourselves with whoever we see on social media. Also, the beauty standards are very strong when we talk about women. And I'm just wondering what will be next. Like, okay, right now Ozempic is popular and is helping people to lose weight quick. But like everything in life is a cycle. Like this is gonna be like accessible to everybody. Maybe I'm just speaking out my mind. But what's gonna be next? I think the root cause of this issue goes more deeper than just having Ozempic available to lose weight quick. Like obviously,
a
I
hundred
can
percent.
tell that the U.S. society, and I say U.S. because it's the country we live in, but maybe the same is happening in Mexico or other countries.
Not at all. Let me stop you there, because I went to well, as
Uh-huh.
you know, like I am from a border town, so
Uh-huh.
I was so used to being on both sides, the
Uh-huh.
Mexican side and the US side. And I had my doctors on the Mexican side, um in Juarez, and I went to last time I was there, I went to see all my doctors, and they were like not clueless, but
Mm-hmm.
they were like, oh yeah, I've heard of this medication. I know that a lot of people are using it in the
Mm-hmm.
US, but it's not
As
as
popular.
common over there.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's what I was gonna say. There is something big happening here in the US. I feel like society is in a very dangerous place right now, starting with mental health, starting with social media influence in our lives, with the beauty standards. But if me as a human like Anna get involved in all this and get affected, if I'm affected for all this pressure, social media, is because there is a bigger problem here in the US. I think so. And then we have the ways to access to this medication. So I don't know, Fer. I feel like we want everything quick and easy. And I remember, because I am from Mexico, originally from Mexico, as you can tell with my accent. I was born and raised in Mexico, and I came to the US at the age of 22. I remember when I was in Mexico watching these infomercials at night from the US, and I was surprised how people were spending money in stupid stuff, like the stupidest stuff you can imagine. They were spending money, they were advertising that on TV, and people at 1 in the morning were calling these places and ordering that stupid stuff. And when I
Yeah.
say stupid stuff, I remember there was a machine that you sat on it and it vibrated, and then you were
Oh yeah.
exercising. And I was like,
You'd
but
have your butt like
yes, like your butt shaking and you were exercising and burning out calories. But in my head,
right.
like coming from another background, I was like, why those people are so lazy that they can move their ass and walk on their own and exercise on
Yeah,
their own?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
for me, walking was not even exercising. Walking was part of my life, my day by day, because I didn't have a car. So I used to walk, I don't know, 7, 8 miles per day across my town, going to the city, to the university, to the market, back to my town. Obviously, to go to the big city, I was taking the bus, but walking was a lifestyle for me. In my head
Right.
was never like, oh man, I have 5 miles today. That wasn't in my head, but it's so ridiculous that we got to the point. And I'm not saying it's anybody's fault. I'm just expressing what I see today. That you say it at the start of the conversation, Fer. You have to schedule 60 minutes per day to walk, or not even 60 minutes. Doctors now tell you 30 minutes to walk, which is
Yeah.
ridiculous. Imagine how long
Yeah.
we are sitting our asses in a chair all day, including
Yeah.
myself. So I
Yeah.
think that's what I'm trying to go with. Besides Ozempic or whatever you are using to lose weight, there is a biggest problem that we gotta address, and we have to
Mm-hmm.
talk about it. And that's why I'm bringing it on, because I want to talk about myself too. Like I told you, Fer,
Right.
no one is informing us what's going on the food, what are we eating. Also, I'm 42 years old. I just learned that hormones play a big role in women's life.
Yes.
after
Yeah.
40. Some other women have been telling me that they started feeling this way at 35. And no one is
Yeah.
saying anything. No one is guiding us as women. What do we need to do when you start feeling like this? Our hormones, our eating habits, it's something that has to do with your mental health. I just know
It's
I'm the
it's just
chubbiest I've ever been, fair. And I don't want to
and
just
it's
run to the
crazy.
shortcut, which is Ozempic, because that will be, I will say, the easiest thing to do right now, not too cheap.
Right.
But what if I go back to the same place I'm at right now? Like, is gonna be Ozempic part of my life, my whole life? Is it possible?
Right.
Like, I have so many questions. Sorry, fair.
No, that's perfectly fine. And I honestly feel the same way, Anita, cuz it's just like it's a lot of things, and also like social media, we see a lot of things. The other day I was watching a video of like how makeup plays a role on your hormones, cuz all these things that makeup has, and then same thing with food and processed foods here, like here in the US, they're everywhere. So that's also like something that plays a role on how we, on our weight, on our skin, on everything, right? So we are, like you're saying, we're not addressing the real problem. We're fixing all these problems that are
Yeah.
coming from, food, makeup, everything that
Low
we,
self-esteem, hormone
exactly,
issues. Yeah.
hormone issues, mental health issues. And then, as everybody knows, like here in the US, people work a lot. They're always like working. And of course, like you're working in a computer, like you're sitting all day,
I
you're
have like
typing,
three arthritis already. I hope no, but I feel it already, Fer. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, exactly. So it's like, of course, you're not paying attention to, or you're not prioritizing going to the gym, because at the end of the day you're like so mentally exhausted that all you want to do is just like lay in the couch or like go to bed or go to sleep, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good point that
It's
you say, Fer, and hopefully everybody watching us in other countries that is not the US will understand why we look and act this way, right? Before judging
right.
anyone, before going in on social media. You don't know how many times, like this past December, I was honored to receive an award from this group called Boss Ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy and I was so excited, so thankful. And I share a video. Well, they share a video on social media and I share it on my social media as well. And yes, I'm, like I say, I'm the biggest I ever been. People don't have to tell me I'm not stupid. I have a mirror. I see myself and I feel
Uh-huh.
it. Like I feel the weight. I feel the not liking myself when I look at myself at the mirror. But you don't have an idea how many, and women, not even men, a couple men there too, but
Oh,
women
we are
say,
the
women
worst.
asking, "Are you pregnant, Anita? Oh, wow. Did you put weight on?" I'm not stupid. I see myself. Like, you have no idea how much you can damage a person with your comments that sometimes you gotta keep for yourself. Like, I always tell even my kids and myself, I try to remind myself very often, like, you gotta connect your brain with your tongue. Not everything you think
Mm-hmm.
has to come out, right? Because you don't know the
Mm-hmm.
situation or the stage that person is at the moment. So process that information from here to here before speeding it
Right.
up. So, well, I guess at the end of the day, Valeria, it sounds like you are trying hard. She says that she's going to the gym, she's doing stuff. Maybe check with your doctor. Maybe they can check the
Yeah,
hormones. Maybe
definitely.
maybe you are stressed out. Maybe there are other ways.
Yeah.
But if you want to try Ozempic, also go and talk to a doctor about it. They will guide you better if you're a candidate for this. And in my case, I don't know if I have my doctor's appointment in a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna ask all those questions too, like why I'm putting
Totally, Anita.
weight.
Totally.
Can you check my hormones? What's going on with my body because I don't recognize it. I'm eating the same as before, but I swear I see myself on the mirror and I don't understand what's happening. But I guess that would be my advice for Valeria. I don't know if you have
For
anything
Valeria,
different.
no, I definitely agree. It's not like I'm against Ozempic or you're against Ozempic. I'm a little bit more open about it, But yeah, just don't try it like if it was candy, right? Because that's definitely taking like the shortcut and not even thinking about if it's gonna, affect you in other ways. So yeah, 100% like go to the doctor, see what he has to say, and do, get studies and get tested for, all of the things that you need. ¿Cómo es que se dice los exámenes? Es que they're
Todos
not
los
exams, are they?
exámenes
Yes,
que
everything.
necesites.
Literal.
Yeah, but we want you to join the conversation. Are you on Ozempic? Have you think about trying Ozempic? Are you against Ozempic? We want to know what you think. And you can send us your letter too with your own experience. You can follow us on social media, on our website.
Yes.
How can people communicate with us, Fer?
So you can find us on social media as Rollos de... No,
Ya
we changed our
we changed
handle.
it.
It's
naked
questions. Yes, naked questions. And you can find me as Fernanda Lefon.
There you go. And you can find me as Rollos de Mujeres on all the social media platforms. Or the easiest way is just go to rollosdemujeres.com. We want to hear from you. We want to open up this conversation with you, ladies. And let's see what my doctor says. And congratulations, for you look amazing. And most importantly, you look happy. And you're checking yourself with the doctor. So you are not doing it the wrong way. Thank you, Fer.
100%. Bye, chicas.